Hello everyone, today we will create a Totodile Pokemon, the fourth from our Pokemon set. First, we will create the body. For this, we need to use Shape Generator tool with the number of edges 9, bottom radius 60. Then we need to click plus button and set height to 95, plus button again, and the height 35. Another segment with the height of 45. Click Finalize button. Now select polygons on the back and move them by 104 on Z-axis. Select these vertices and scale them by 70 on X-axis. Select the bottom vertices and move them by 115 on Z. Select the back polygons again and perform extrusion with amount 60. Then scale them by 50 on X-axis and reduce height a little. Then perform another extrusion and scale 25 on X and Y-axis. Then move edges by 0 on Y-axis. Also move edges on the bottom. Then move these vertices by 215 on Z-axis. Move another vertices on the back a little bit upper and another polygons on the back a little bit lower. Now let's create a head. For that, select two edges and move them further. Move top polygons a little bit lower and increase the size of it. Also, perform an extrusion with amount 50 and scale it by 130 on X-axis and by 190 on Z-axis. Then select the central top vertex and move it a little further. Select polygons that are opposite the central vertex and perform extrusion again. Then scale it by 75 on X-axis and by 100 on that axis. And move a little to the back. Now we need to create a spike. For this we will use the Shape Generator tool. Set the top radius to 13, bottom radius to 30 and click Finalize. Move it by 160 on that axis and by 15 on Y-axis. Then place like you can see on a video. Also use Scale by 45 on X-axis with the Keep Proportion option. Move it a little bit upper. Then, using copy offsets, create another spike and place like you can see on a video. Then create another copies, but now set the number of copies to 2 and the position of Y-axis to 75. Place as you can see. Now scale it so it can look more sharpened. Then we need to create legs. For this we will use cube shape with width and height 50. Place it like you can see on a video. Open Edge Selector and select the front edge and move it by -40 on that axis. Select another edge and move it by 80 on x-axis. Choose the back edge and move it by 40 on that axis. Then move it by 70 on y-axis and perform an extrusion. Then scale it by 70 on z-axis and then scale it like you can see on the video. Perform an extrusion again, but now with the amount of 10. Move it by 0 on y-axis and scale by 100 on that axis. Move it a little further. Select another edge on the left and move it by 80 on x-axis. And move the front edge again. Now we need to create thumbs. For this, use cube shade with depth -25 and place like you can see on the video. Scale it by 10 on x-axis and move a little to the left. Then use copy offsets to create copies of it. Set x to -20 and click copy. Then create the whole leg and perform difference. In drop-down, select both thumbs. Then for another, use copy offset. Set the value of x to negative. Create an eye using cube shape. Set width to 25 and rotate it by 90 on y-axis. Use Align tool. Set body as a reference and alignment to top. Then place it like you can see on a video. Select the top polygon and scale it by 35 on that axis. Then turn on the Keep Proportion option and set x to 20. Then move it a little bit lower. Increase the size of x-axis. Now create another eye using copy offset. Set the value of x to negative and select the whole body with eyes and perform difference. In drop-downs, select eyes. Then move upward to top polygon and little bit reduce the size of that. Now we need to create hands. For this, use cube shape. Set the depth to 50 and move it by 60 on x-axis. Move it a little bit upper. Then scale by 35 on y-axis and move it by 125 on y-axis and by 10 on that axis. Then deform it like you can see on the video. Perform extrusion on the front of the polygon with amount 35 and rotate it by y-axis. Then perform extrusion again and place like you can see on the video. Rotate again by y-axis. Then to create fingers, use cube shape with a head of 15. Rename the hand to hand and use Align tool with hand as a reference. Place it like you can see on the video. Scale it by 7 on y-axis and move by 130 on y-axis. Perform copy offsets with y -10 and number of copies 10. Select all fingers and rotate and place them like you can see on a video. Select the whole hand with all fingers and perform difference. In drop-down, select fingers. Then create another hand using copy offsets. Set the value of x to negative and rotate it by -90 on y-axis. Perform the mirror and rotate it again by 90 on y-axis and place like you can see on a video. Select everything using Ctrl+A and perform merge. Use magicfix with tolerance 250. And we did it! Only one Pokemon from our set left to be done. So wait for a new tutorial tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Bye!